The primary voting in New Hampshire has begun last night. Left-hand side of your screen, Bernie Sanders, big rally, 7,500 people. It was in Durham, New Hampshire, with a little help from AOC as well. Very well produced, by the way. GOP chair Ronna McDaniel is with us. Bernie took a leaf out of your book, and very successfully, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, Bernie's had crowds. He has energy. He just is a socialist, which isn't going to play in a lot of the country when he talks about taking away people's private health care plans, when he talks about huge debt.
I hate to interrupt the RNC chair, but I did it, okay? Before the 2016 election, people said there is no way a business guy, a maverick like Donald Trump could possibly get elected, and he was. And they're saying the same things about Bernie Sanders now. There's no way a socialist can get elected. What do you say?
I don't think a socialist can get elected. I mean, but let's look at this. I think Donald Trump will get reelected because of what he's done. Like you just talked about, the economic numbers are so strong. 90% of Americans feel good about where they are. They're better off than they were 4 years ago. Unemployment rates at record lows. The president has delivered, and the president's going to get reelected because of what he's done in office. Do
you accept or do you approve of him going after his opponents? Because he really is now Trump unleashed. Do you like it?
Well, I think the president deserves a little time to vent based on what he's gone through, being under investigation for 3 years, looking at the abuse of the FISA court, all the things that he dealt with the Mueller report, which was completely fabricated, and now this impeachment hoax. I mean, I think he has a little right to vent. He was very optimistic last night on the campaign trail. He talked about what he's going to do, and he has a record to run on. But he pushes back, and that's what people love about him. He speaks the truth.
I'd like him to go further, Ronna. Maybe I'm wrong politically on this or strategically, but I'm sick and tired of people bad-mouthing the president, people like me, people like our viewers, people, you know, America. And I want to see him go after them. But that's just my particular point of view. I really do. I mean, I'm tired of it. I want to see some, not retribution, but I want a firm response. Go after him, Mr. President.
Well, I think he'll like that. I mean, listen, it's honest. Nobody has had to deal with what this president has dealt with. This is not what our country should be about. Exactly. You know, sometimes you lose elections. It doesn't mean you attack the president of the United States year after year after year and try and prevent him from getting things done. And what he's done despite these headwinds and this obstruction is really remarkable.
I'm going to be a little facetious and sarcastic.
Okay.
But as you may well know, that the Dixville Notch vote came in, 3 out of 5, 3 write-in votes for Mike Bloomberg. I would facetiously ask how much it cost to buy those 3 votes.
You know, I was saying earlier, the median income just went up in Dixville Notch. I think Mike Bloomberg found some new employees. I have no idea. It is just, you know, obviously Hillary Clinton won Dixville Notch. I was waiting for the groundhog to come out. I mean, it was just bizarre, the whole process. The president's going to win New Hampshire. He's going to win the nomination. He's so popular in our party. They love that he's fighting for the American people, and that's why he's seeing unprecedented levels of support.
Have you spoken to your uncle recently? Or is that that's a nasty question? I'm sorry.
Too early, too soon. Okay. Too soon, Stuart.
Ronna, it was a pleasure, and thank you very much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks very much.